She never realized I was on to her. That was the strangest part of it all. Each morning, we'd sit across from each other at the table, her sipping coffee, scrolling on her phone, wearing that same warm smile. It looked exactly like the one she'd flashed the day we first met, and the same one she wore while lying to me. For 3 long weeks, I didn't say a word. I carried the truth inside me like a stone strapped to my chest, silent, heavy, and unshakable. I knew his name. I knew the number of the hotel room. I even knew the scent she carried home after seeing him, a sweet, floral perfume I had never liked. I told her that the first time she wore it. She only laughed and said, "It's growing on me." That should have been my warning. But I let it pass. She thought I still believed her excuses, the late-night meetings and sudden fitness classes that always wrapped up around 9 o'clock. But I'd already read the messages. I'd already sat parked across from that hotel, watching her walk hand in hand with him in broad daylight, as if they had nothing to hide. Still, I didn't confront her. Not yet. I needed to watch longer, to be certain. I studied every pause before she answered a simple question, every time her eyes darted to her buzzing phone like she was waiting for a signal, every goodnight kiss that tasted like deception. I played along, cooked dinner with her, asked about her day, even planned a short getaway for us. What she didn't know was that I had another appointment scheduled, with a divorce attorney. On the very same day she claimed she'd be away at a work retreat, I was signing the papers to end our marriage. That night, she came home late again. I was already in bed, pretending to be asleep. She slipped in quietly, breathing like someone who thought they had gotten away with something. She believed she was still in control. The next morning, I made her coffee, just the way she liked it. She strolled in wearing my shirt like everything was normal. Maybe in her mind, it still was. While she rinsed her mug after breakfast, I spoke as casually as if I were suggesting lunch. "We need to move forward with the divorce." She froze mid-motion, the water still running. Her shoulders tensed, but she didn't turn around. When she finally faced me, her expression was blank, her mouth slightly open. "What?" she whispered. I repeated myself, this time with no room for doubt. "I've already contacted a lawyer. You'll have the paperwork this week." She blinked, slow and disbelieving. Her voice cracked. "Why are you saying this? Where is this coming from?" I didn't answer. Instead, I walked to the drawer, pulled out a folder, and placed it on the table. She stared at it without touching it, like she was waiting for me to explode, to yell, accuse, or break down. But I gave her nothing. When she finally opened it, her hands trembled over the evidence. The texts, the hotel receipts, the screenshots. Proof of everything. She flipped through messages where she'd mocked me, called me dull, and bragged that I wouldn't dare leave even if I knew. That line stung more than I expected. "I can explain," she murmured. "No," I said, calm and quiet. "You can't. And you don't need to." Her mask fell instantly. The confident, untouchable version of her dissolved into something smaller, ashamed, desperate, hollow. "I made a mistake," she said. I almost laughed. A mistake is forgetting your keys. Burning dinner. This was a choice, over and over again. I told her I'd be gone by the weekend, the house would be sold, and everything would go through the courts. I wasn't angry anymore, just done. And that's what truly scared her. Not the legal end of our marriage, but my composure, my refusal to fall apart the way she'd expected. She cried, pleaded, dropped to her knees. Swore she'd cut him off. Said she didn't mean it. Called it weakness. But it didn't matter. The woman I'd loved no longer existed. I left with only my keys and my self-respect, while she stayed behind on the kitchen floor, weeping. And for the first time in weeks, I could finally breathe.